y'all already know what it is. It's A1 Shawtee, and we're here with the first edition of One on One with A1, presented and sponsored by Rockstar Radio. And we have a very special guest in the building. You should already know who it is. Talk to him.
Yeah, it's your boy Spidacrazy8, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with One on One with A1 Shawtee.
Yo, Spider over here feeling good right now.
Man, look, I don't know what the hell Skunk got me drinking, but I'm drinking.
Man, I don't know what this stuff called neither, but hey, he drinking it.
So we're gonna call it the Rockstar drink.
It's that Rockstar brew.
The Rockstar wine. It's a special edition. You ain't gonna be able to ever get this type of whatever I'm drinking today. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it with me.
Man, he might take 2 more bottles with him too.
Damn.
Anyway, Spider, so you know it's 2023.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 2023, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
2023, you already doing big things already in 2023. But I really want to go ahead and rewind and go back to about the end of 21, beginning of 22. So you was, we all know you do shows, you know what I'm saying? You put on shows, promote shows and everything.
Yeah.
But you end up moving to Las Vegas for a little bit.
Yeah.
And while you was in Las Vegas, you actually ended up dropping one of the biggest artist albums in Northwest Arkansas while you were out there.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, not only that, you were putting on majorly for Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted you to talk a little bit about that and, you know, what the scene like is in Las Vegas and, you know, how you come about making your album and the features and...
Okay, so yeah, bro, it really goes back to like if we want to start. I moved to Vegas actually after doing a lot of stuff in Fayetteville, and I felt like I really hit a ceiling. Like I was doing all the college shows. There wasn't really too many people to open up for back then, so I wasn't really dominating in that area, sort of say. But like as far as like college shows, being on all of them, what I was hosting, taking pictures for Darren while he's DJing or whatever, I was there. Showcases, I was doing them. I was promoting them. So of course I was performing at them and also had my artists performing at them. I moved to Vegas and I started linking up with a bunch of different people. I am still like really linked in with like a club up there. It's called the Ninja Bar, where they have an inside venue and an outside. And so I was finna get things cranking up there, man, but then COVID hit. You know, I was finna make like a pipeline. I was gonna bring like people from Fayetteville to the Ninja Bar. And they actually do like a bunch of different stuff at this club. They do beats battles. They do like the little DJ stuff inside. Oh, okay. And then on the outside, it's like it's so nice. It's got like this big fire pit. And the biggest thing that I learned though while I was there is that they don't do stuff half as professional as we do it here. Okay. Like the dude was DJing literally off a laptop and not with turntables or nothing. Okay. It was playing and people were like, they paid for this. And they paid to perform. And it still was, you know, not to shit on them or whatever, but it was still like a great turnout. People had a great time. It was a bunch of different art.
Say, how was the support?
The support was great. It was really good. Of course, it was a different setting of music. It's West Coast shit. Like they was doing West Coast type music. And so, you know, I was excited. I was very excited. I don't even think I had recorded my first song at that time. And so like I had started branching out and I started looking on Facebook Market and stuff for people who had studios. Mm-hmm. And then I linked up with a couple dudes out there. One of the dudes named Steven. And it was like that, you know, you woke up every day knowing that you wasn't gonna see Spider, but you can always feel Spider. Right. And I felt like that's what Hideous Shitty helped me learn. And then also I was doing some other shit with Darren. We was doing like album review shows and shit. And then we was doing like top 10 highlights. So like I had mastered being like Spider-Verse during the pandemic. But I was Spidacrazy8 before that. Right. Everybody learned who they like my Facebook name. Oh, this is Spider-Verse.
Right, yeah. Okay,
the album was one of the biggest ones that come out though. Like I feel like it impacted, and I also felt like just like during the timing and stuff. Right. Like everybody just came together. I feel like in Northwest Arkansas for that album.
Yeah, and it's just crazy that you got all the features and you did this whole album like in a whole other state. Mm-hmm. Like these, other artists are sending their features in, stuff like that. You're putting it together, And of course,
Swagger mixed the whole project.
Yeah.
Swagger mixed the whole project. You know what's crazy about that? It wasn't one person who sent in a verse that I didn't like. Like, I didn't send off a hook or a beat to a person that sent me back anything that I didn't want.
Right.
Everybody hit it on the head the first time. And it was just really great, like I had got my music spirit back. I thought I lost with Thank You. And then, like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know what to expect. Like, based off the fact that I wasn't here. Like, I did out of nowhere, and like, I honestly, out of nowhere, got a great reaction too when I first dropped it.
Yeah, it was definitely a great album. I think Calm is definitely one of my favorites. As you know, I'm an activist too, so
yeah,
that's definitely one of my favorites. What is some of the trials and tribulations you kind of just went through?
Getting older, and knowing that like certain stuff wasn't like as, reachable as I wanted it to be. Like accepting that, like, hey man, like I don't sound like the new kids, even if I try to, and I have kids, so they don't mind reminding you that you're old. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Dad, what the hell are you doing the TikTok dance for? So just seeing TikTok emerge and watching a new platform coming, like it kind of scared me as far as like what I wanted to be. And like I said, I had to figure out something else. That was a very bad time for me being able to understand. Like, especially with feeling like I'm as good as I am. Like, how can time beat me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let time beat me.
Because I mean, we could sit here and say that there's really, I don't ever try to put like an age limit on things. I think if you're 80 years old and you want to go back to college, go for it. If you got the means, to do it. So it's kind of hard, but in the music game, there is a certain cutoff point. How do you feel about that? Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a cutoff point, but it's like a personal thing that you have to get. I don't think somebody can tell you it and you can accept it. I think you have to be able to accept it. Like, it's a self thing that you have to really look at yourself and be like, what the hell am I thinking? What is real? What's going to happen? And like, I started thinking like, okay, like I said, I started thinking, I'm looking at my kids, I'm listening to what they're looking like, damn, Daddy don't sound like this, but Daddy is good. I love Daddy. Daddy is, he's a great artist. I'm gonna show all my friends at school, Daddy. Damn, I want my kids showing other kids at school their old daddy rapping. Like, shit like that was what I was thinking, but it wasn't necessarily true at the time I was thinking it, but it also helped me get to like, okay, I need to figure something else out. And even making certain type of music that I couldn't make anymore. I couldn't rap about being like this trapper, or I couldn't rap about slapping the shit out of somebody because I wasn't doing it no more. Like, my kids never seen me in any type of fight or known me for to be any type of that shit. It's like I didn't want to put off that image. And so like my music had to change. And that also will make you feel older if you listening to what you're really saying. Calm Down. I would have never made that song while I was in Mississippi and Arkansas. I don't give a fuck about marching and shit, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older and understanding what it really meant, I can make a Calm Down song. I can make Stars. Like, like it doesn't have like
I think Stars was a big hit too.
Yeah, Stars.
Stars is a big fan favorite.
Even like Put It Down, like that it's very sexual type of track.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't make that type of shit. Like, and so I don't know, that album was a growth album, and also like it was me trying to be older than what I am. And like it came out to be something really good because it was like a perfect blend of somebody growing and somebody that still understands that they can still make it at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
You think that also helped you, like, so you did stay in Las Vegas for a little bit, and you did decide to come back to Fayetteville, which I think was a big deal, and I don't think a lot of people believe that you were coming back, and I think they believe that was a myth too. It's like, Because I know there's a couple shows where we were expecting that we thought you were coming.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought you were coming, and then we get to the show and it was like, no, Spider was Spider.
And so actually, man, like before, like a lot of the shit that ended up happened. I was planning to make it to Summer Jam, staying focused on what I was trying to do.
Right.
I could have came down here and had a damn great time and been a whatever a fuck guy, whatever, just fuck you guys up there. Just stay in Vegas. Who cares? I'm down here living a life. These people love me. I don't need to come get you ever. I can find a place, find me a new girlfriend or whatever, and live a life. But I was so focused on making sure my family got back down here. And like to do it and stay focused without a car, without like a shit ton of clothes. I couldn't bring my whole wardrobe on the plane with me. I came back by myself on the plane. I had to stay with a friend for like that first couple of months on a bunk bed. Just like, like he wasn't there, but his girlfriend was there because he worked. He does like welding, and so he was never fucking there, and I'm there with his girl, and I don't really know her that well, and like
kind of awkward, like
I wasn't in a comfortable spot for like months, and I was Ubering back and forth to work, and I'll have to call A1 for a ride here and there. It sucked as a man to have to do that, and but I had places I had to be. I had places that needed me there at Impact. And I know that kind of goes into like some of the shit that you was finna talk about,
Yeah, it was just crazy, like, your ambition and determination to get through everything. I feel like it's really gotten you where you are today right now. So, you got 105.3 with Darren.
Mm-hmm.
Been working at the show. We got the hot show going on right now. So how'd y'all come up with the hot show and getting that started? And
well, interesting.
How'd you and King Pimpin come about the hot show?
It's just a very interesting, very interesting. Like, I didn't want to do a show. Like, I did not want to be a radio guy. Like, I didn't mind working at the radio station. Like, you can work there but not be radio. Like Virgil Boggs works at Kiss 105, but you never hear him on air. He's not a radio personality.
Thanks.
I was cool with just being the guy that worked in the fucking building. Like, why the fuck do I need to be on radio, Darren? You the radio guy. I want to come here, clock the fuck out, and go home like I work at McDonald's. Like, I don't want to be a face. And Darren was, since the first day I came back, he's like, you can do your show. And I'll be like, whatever, Darren. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go DJ tonight, man. This shit fun. Like, you can do a radio show. And he'll just throw it in my ear like every 2 or 3 weeks. And Darren has this thing that he does. It's like, you really don't get it right now, but you really need to do a show. And he'll just say that shit to you and until you try it out. And he was giving up hope too. He was really giving up hope. I was like, Darren, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And it was kind of like when things started slowing down a little bit for me too, because like it was getting cold, the shows were slowing down and things like that. So it was when things were slowing down. It's like, all right, let's try a show. But I only do it if I can bring King Pimpin.
Okay.
And I said that because I knew 2 things that I was going to get out of Pimpin. It's going to be some great promo with the show, and you're going to get this character that is unpredictable.
Oh yeah. King Pimpin is just his videos itself, just him himself. He's one hell of a character.
Yeah. So that's how the hot show came out. Pimpin is responsible for the name and all that. No, I didn't want to do it at first. Okay. So like I didn't care. I was like, bro, look, man, I want to bring you on the show. I don't really know how the shit gonna go. I've never been like the voice guy before. Right. I've always been the sidekick. So I didn't know what I was doing. And the first show was good. And like we was like, hey, I'm ready to come back next week.
Yeah, I think y'all really caught on to something with that one. It's been a great show so far. Y'all had some amazing artists on there. Mm-hmm. You guys had Skywalker on there last night. Spit some gems and talking his shit last night. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I want? You know what I want bad?
Who do you want bad?
I want to interview somebody that don't like me.
That don't like you?
Yeah. I think that would be so great. It's just because I'm an accident. So what's the problem? You know, and then to do that on radio, that would be fucking awesome. I think I would love to do that, but I haven't been able to do that yet. Everybody that came through has been pretty like cool with Spider. You know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, let's get into some of this juicy stuff. All right.
Virgil Boggs just texted me and told me he don't like me. What the fuck? Oh, is he listening?
So we're gonna bring Virgil Boggs.
Is he listening?
Virgil Boggs, you gonna come on the station?
He's listening. He has to be. What a guy, Virgil Boggs, man. You know, like I have to interview Virgil Boggs now because he doesn't like me. That's beautiful. Oh, 101 on A1. I got another interview. That's crazy.
So, we gotta talk about the Hot Show 105.3. You was DJing there for a while too. How was that going? How did you like that?
I liked it. All right, so it started off very, very fun. All keys to the fact too, like it was key things that I felt like made it fun too. I had missed it. I didn't have nothing like that in Vegas in like 2 years.
Right.
I come back home immediately gets the DJ in front of like the people that I love to DJ for. And then Darren had made it very easy for me. He had like nice songs to pick. I can like literally go in the computer and see what songs were good at 11:30.
Right, pretty much.
You know, 3 weeks ago. And so it started off with like me not knowing if I was good, obviously, like everything else. And then like me understanding that, okay, I've watched Darren do this for years. I know what I'm doing. I just need to get comfortable enough to do it. So it started getting to a point where it's like, okay, people start walking up to me and telling me, hey man, you did better than Blase. Never Darren though, you know, that's the one that I fucking wanted to hear, right? But it was never Darren. It was always like these other guys that I didn't think really cared to DJ. It was just a check that they were getting. So I started feeling a lot more confident. I'm dressing up nice and coming there like I'm motherfucking DJ that tours, goddammit. Like, you when Spider come in this motherfucker, y'all know y'all finna turn up. And people, the bodyguards and shit start clapping me up and knowing like, hey man, it's finna be good tonight. Spider here. So that was super dope as far as like coming back home, going straight into that. That's why I thank Darren so much for that. And also the radio shit kind of did that too. But as far as like the DJ and stuff, it got to a point with me personally that I felt like it was super repetitive. These people wanted to hear the same music every fucking weekend. Like, and I was doing it 3 days a weekend. 2 days at the pop-ish rap type bar, which is Shots, and then I end the weekend off at the country bar, and the country bar will fucking kill you, dog. If you're not a country fan, like it will fucking like put you in the ground. Like, you have to play country. If you fuck around and play too many hip hop songs, you probably won't be able to come. They're not gonna bring you back.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like you moved back, you kind of went just head first into everything, and you kind of want to think like, you know, you did all this stuff. It was like DJing, you at the radio station, you do music, you're a music artist, and then you're also managing.
Everybody's paying attention and texting me who don't like me. That's crazy. Shout out to Amanda, shout out to Virgil Boggs, man.
Yeah, shout out to everybody tuning in.
I don't know who don't like me, but I would like to interview somebody that don't. I ain't saying nobody dislikes Spider. I just would like, if it was a person that don't like me, to let me interview them and see how it goes. Because I've never seen an interview from somebody that interviewed somebody that don't like.
Yeah, I don't think I've never seen that neither. Honestly,
that would be crazy, right?
You might be on to something right there, might be.
I'm never gonna do it because it'd probably be a fight, right? You know, because I'm gonna ask some shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you sleep at night hating Spider? You know? Yeah.
Don't let it fool you.
But it'll be fun. I think it'll be good. But as far as like you were saying about the DJ and stuff and noticing how it went, it went pretty fast. It was always activity, you know, 5 days a week. I was sleeping, I used to sleep at the radio station on Thursday nights because I work at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I remember talking about that.
Yeah, so I would have to get off from DJing Thursday night at 2 o'clock and then go to sleep at the radio station just to wake up 2 hours later. Like, I had that type of drive in me, and like I was doing it every fucking week. Every week, I never missed a day. Like, I never missed one day at work. That whole time I was doing the DJing, and The only reason I actually really stopped, because it's pretty good money if you actually do it consistent based off tips and stuff. It's because like the CTG situation. That's the only reason I stopped.
Okay, and I want to get to that a little bit too. Now you've been managing too for here for a little bit.
No,
and you
no, you know I managed for a lot longer than people want to call me a manager too.
no, and that's correct too. You have been managing Scooby Dundee for a while now,
And
actually,
when we verse,
and a couple of other artists too. How did you go from transitions from being an artist to being working at the radio station, being on radio on the shows, to DJing, to now we're managing artists?
it's
So more than just like Scooby. You taking it a little bit more
serious.
more serious.
Well, like, all right, so I have to like go back before I left the Vegas. Like, I had a rap group called Verse, and Verse was like I was managing those guys.
Okay.
Like Bando, Scooby was in that group at a certain point in time. Lil Z, Johnny Cash.
Yep, I remember.
I was managing all those guys and helping out with their careers. So I had a little, but and even to go past that before everybody know me, it was a rap group called Flow Gang that I was with TJ.
Yep. Andrews.
I was the manager of that group too before I actually started rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I always had like some manager type shit in me. It was just like when I came back from, I always was a rapper too. I had some type of entertainment. What made me be a manager this time, like so much like legit, is because I was actually cool with just giving up on the rap and just being strictly a manager. And I think it made like things like things that I kind of faced in the past about me being a manager was like I still was rapping and getting a lot of love for being that guy. And so I think it limited the competition once I actually just was like, all right, nigga, I ain't gonna rap no more. I'm gonna just be like a manager. And people can actually like be okay with Spider being a manager instead of just Spider being a guy telling them what to do and them thinking that I'm saying the shit so I can still get what I need out of the situation too.
Okay. So, you was managing JP the Rockstar. We're gonna bring it up.
Yeah, I managed that guy.
How did that go about? You ended up managing JP the Rockstar.
JP hit me up and asked me to manage him, and actually, like, that was another situation that I made sure I did some extra shit with. Like, JP hit me up, and I was like, I can manage you, but I gotta bring King Pippin with me too. You see, a lot of people don't even be paying attention or even mention the fact that me and King Pimpin was managing JP the Rockstar. It wasn't just Spider. And like, Jay, on the background, a lot of shit used to be getting said, like, hey Spider, what's going on with JP? By King Pimpin. That I would just, hey G Pimpin, JP, he just doing his thing now. Like King Pimpin been trying to tell me a lot of shit that like were red flags or whatnot.
Right.
And King Pimpin just took himself out the situation. But I stuck around, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it came about. JP called me up one day, was like, hey man, could you be my manager? And I even told him, I was like, bro, I don't even know how to be a manager. And he was like, bro, we'll figure it out together. And so that's how that came about.
Okay, but even with all that, JP ended up getting a feature with Duke Deuce and all that.
Yeah.
And there was kind of a situation with that on your birthday.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was an issue with being on stage, I guess, at your birthday.
Well,
so much.
Just clarify things. Like, it was a situation like where it was supposed to be just me, G Money, and it was supposed to be me, G Money, Big Low, and JP that performed that night because all our birthdays are in February.
Right.
Well, I mean, Scott Walker brought fucking Duke Deuce to the radio station. He said he was gonna come to the damn party. Like, fuck that, nobody perform. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I said. And I felt like that would have been better for everybody. And of course, that kind of upset JP. What his exact words were, like, I was artist blocking him or something of that matter. JP actually called and fired me the day after on that situation. And like that was crazy. But it was like he said it was artist block or something like that. Well, I even at that party in real time, bro, like real time, I felt bad for not allowing JP to perform. even though I know for a fact that like I was making a good call as a manager, keys to the fact that I didn't know how to be a manager. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Even if I fucked up and made a mistake, we were supposed to be figuring it out together.
Right.
And so I was like, I saw JP and he was like doing some shit, and we were playing Crunk Ain't Dead like in real time. Like niggas was turned up. We had just mosh pit and everything.
It was crazy turned up that night.
I looked at JP and I was like, hey JP, come around here and play the guitar. I had the DJ start the whole song back over, and they dropped it, and JP went crazy. Like it was crazy. JP actually went crazy.
Yeah,
like,
he killed it. He killed it that night.
He really did. He was ready for to play the fucking guitar. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what nobody was talking about. But he was ready to play the guitar that night. And he actually did really well. It went crazy. Like Duke Deuce had reposted on his store. And I think everybody have to understand how big that was for like Fayetteville. Because we ain't never seen no shit like that. I don't know whose store anybody in Fayetteville was ever on.
Right.
Like, I think the first thing that happened, like, is Ice Cube reposted the flyer from JJ's and I was on it. And that was a big deal. Everybody was screenshotting that. Yeah. But before that, the JP playing the guitar and like going crazy like how he did, like that was very, very big for the Northwest Arkansas scene, like, and me, honestly, as a manager as well, to make that type of call in real time, especially with all that confusion going on.
Yeah, and it actually helped JP out a lot too. He ended up getting the features with Duke Deuce and stuff like that.
That was crazy too.
Yeah, which is crazy, and it's also good, for Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
Too. So what really led to like the downfall of y'all's relationship to where you pretty much had to say, okay, like I can't do this no more.
I can't. I know for a fact.
Or his side too, like
I hear things that JP is saying to other people about what may be this and what may be that. I never really get a clear answer from anybody. You know what I'm saying? For us, like on my end, I felt like JP didn't want me to be his manager no more. If I was to be honest, and like it was like he had something else going on that he felt like needed or was better for him. And of course, like in my defense, I was like, what the hell are you doing better than what I ended up being able to get for you? Like I had got him the Haystack show. I felt like I was doing damn good as a manager, and like of course I've asked other people what do they think about it, and they be like, Spider, you actually really was turning them up. Right. So I really don't understand like what JP could say that I was doing wrong, but maybe he saw a bigger opportunity through some shit that he had going on with some other people, and he took it. That's what I would say it is, and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I didn't like the way that shit went down, and I felt like it could have helped. And me and JP also got into it about some other shit, about when him and Keanu was like going through it, right. And you know what I'm saying? I had sent some screenshots of some messages that I saw on Facebook to one of my business partners, and like they kind of showed JP on some snake shit. That's kind of like around the time when that Jermaine Chamber shit was going on, and like. I ain't like it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with it, I moved past it. But that's what I feel like really went down. JP didn't really like that, me and him talked about it though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I told him that shit, hey JP, I feel you. I understand that you don't like the way it looked, but I promise you it was on some real business shit. And if I can forgive you for firing me after one of your biggest moments, I mean, I'm sure we can look over some shit like this. And like he was like, yeah, I kind of feel that, but then we just never was the same after that.
And I don't think a lot of artists in Northwest Arkansas really understand how much you really put them on and showcase them.
I don't think it matters. There's a
lot of artists that you would not even know right now, or wouldn't even have the platforms that they do right now if it wasn't for you.
I don't know how much that really matters to people no more. Like. To really actually, and I honestly started looking around, like, last night somebody, Pimpin' had said something to Sky. It's like people don't really give CTG like they flowers. I don't think it's just a thing that people are going to do. I actually had to get to that mindset. It was like not expecting it to ever happen. Like, I had a guy that I was rapping with for a while that he was really, really good. And he used to say that, I used to feel like that. I used to say that shit back in the day. Like with motherfuckers that I was managing, like, hey, bro, motherfucker won't fuck with you if it wasn't me. And dude would be like, you don't know that. And like, that shit just kind of bothered me. Because, so like, I don't never say it because somebody can always respond and say that. Like, oh, shit, I could have hit it. I could have been on somebody else's show or something like that. They can say it, but like we all be really knowing certain situations, like what's reality. You know what I'm saying? So with the ability to be able to make anything be what the fuck you want it to be, like I just don't even argue with folks no more. They gonna tell the story the way that they want to tell it anyway.
Now, do you think it would be on like any jealousy or hater type stuff? The reason why you think people just can't give you your flowers, or like CTG what they do for Arkansas, as a whole too,
I don't think it'd be jealousy. I don't really know what to call it, because it'd be like a super combination of a bunch of different emotions that people can't handle. You could call it a bit of jealousy, a bit of hate, a bit of misunderstanding. Like it's like a bunch of different things pulling at folks. But like I reach out and I talk to motherfuckers. If I feel like you got a problem, like, hey fam, what up? Like after me and Jermaine even got into it on live, like yeah, what's up? Let's talk.
Let's talk about that a little bit too. How'd that go about?
Well, it's just like I said, it was just like a situation where like I said the nigga was doing like some scamming shit, you know what I'm saying? And like I was talking to a motherfucker that hit me up, was like, hey, what do you think about Jermaine Chambers? What do you know about him? I told him everything that I know. And like, I talk my shit too, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause like, it's been like times when me and Jermaine Jermaine said some shit about DJing in Fayetteville or whatever. And like, it was some weird shit. I don't really remember it, but like, I threw a little extra on top of the scamming shit. I talk shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't mind it, at the time or whatever. And that's how it really came about or whatever. And but what it really initially started off with was me just letting somebody know what the fuck they asked me a question about. And or even like a lookout thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like I heard this. Well, maybe it's different when it comes to you, and it could be different for other people. But for the majority of what I've heard, they say he do this, or he lies about certain things. He fabricates things. And that's how they came about. I kind of understood the situation. Like, still don't shit on somebody else that's doing something or trying to do something. So I always took an apology for that. Like, I still didn't have to say it, even if the dumbass would have went over there and the shit would have happened to him.
Right.
But, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point. And, like, I ain't straying away from it. I got on live and told the nigga that I said it.
You can look at it that way, too. But, to me, in my eyes, I would rather, like, if I ask you about somebody and you know something about somebody that could, like, mess up something that I got going or business that I got going, then I would want to know.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's the way that I was just, like, brought up. Like, if I ain't tell my person that I work with or fuck with, there's some shit that I seen or heard, like, I'm like, that shit, I can get beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, get on my ass about that. And like I said, right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? But like, given to the position that I am, or like what I was even going through at that time when that shit was going on with the CTG and shit, like I couldn't respond or be on no weird shit besides like, yeah, alright, you know what I'm saying? Shit, whatever. That even explaining myself during that time didn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers weren't trying to hear like the real. But this was shit that niggas do every day.
Do you feel like it was that big enough to where we had to take it to Facebook? That we couldn't just get on the phone,
given to the
call Spider and be like, hey.
Given to the fact of who he was and who he is, I felt like it was perfect for him to do it. Like it would have made no sense for him not to do what he did. Me and Jermaine talked after the whole altercation and everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was certain things I didn't agree with as far as like the way he went with it, like speaking on my wife. But
yeah, he did throw shots.
If he would have just kept it at, oh nigga, I'm gonna beat your ass, or doing his being Jermaine Chambers that he is for the state of Arkansas or whatever, like people like him for, I couldn't really be mad at him for it. Especially if he gonna get on the phone with me and talk to me like a day or so after about a way we can capitalize about all the energy that was around it. So I always would say like that was some real nigga shit that he tried to do with it. I was just like, nah, fuck that nigga. You talk about my wife. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to apologize about that before I do anything with you. And I feel like what he did was capitalize on the situation to build his name more so than just like actually really try to put Spider down. And I see shit like that, even like with the Glorilla shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is something that he does. You know what I'm saying? And it could be like, like effective. Does it work out every time? Nah. You know what I'm saying? But I looked at it more like that during that time.
Alright. Speaking of managing too, Dope Runner.
Yeah.
Charlo.
Big Charlo, man.
How did you go about managing Dope Runner?
Same shit. Bro, you wanna know something? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, so, I don't ask people to manage them. Like, people ask me. And Charlo hit me up and he seen something in me too. I told Charlo the same thing. I was like, bro, like, you popping, you got shit. I even made phone calls and asked certain people, like Sky and Darren, like, what they think about it. Because I feel like that was, as far as like on the outside looking in before I got to working with him, I didn't know how much motion Charlo really had going on. But I was like looking on social media, he seemed big, he seemed huge.
Yeah, it seemed like he came to Northwest Arkansas and just took over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I did see you and Baby D rocking this shit like heavy before like I knew anything about it.
Yeah.
And that was also another thing that made me check into him or whatever and invite him to the show. And so, I mean, I looked at it as something that can make the show better. We got somebody that's got a clothing line. And like, we never had that a part of one of our showcases. And it ended up being a really big one. That was Summer Jam. And he came out, I think that was the first one he came to. And man, he fell in love with it. And he also fell in love with the way I was able to, brand him and give out his merchandise at that show. So like, maybe like a couple days after that, he hit me up and asked me about taking over and doing things as a manager. He stated that some of the same stuff like JP, like we're gonna learn it as we go. And then I mean that shit. Look at where we at right now. Shit worked out.
So is it any different managing Charlo as in clothing brand than it is managing music artists? Like,
no, and I'm gonna say the reason why is because Charlo still like to make music.
Facts.
Charlo still want to rap. Charlo see some shit that I have going on with DK A1. Like, hey, that shit kind of tight. I need to do me like a couple videos like that. I say the biggest difference, if it is, what I'm saying, because like all that shit go hand in hand. Like everybody just want to be a superstar.
Right.
Not saying that Charlo ain't like a attention seeking ass nigga or whatever, but like he wants to be a celebrity in the sense of like managing him. He wants to be the biggest at what he do. And the biggest difference is like him having a budget to put towards buying new shit, like actually not having like too much competition as well. Like he's not, I mean, if he, I ain't never seen him really make an ugly design really, because
I haven't either.
but if he made one, how bad could that be for his career?
Right.
Like, just not stop making that shit. You know what I'm saying?
We do have competition in Arkansas though.
I don't feel like for Dope Runner it is.
We have no.
I feel like it's other great clothing brands and they're doing their thing, but I don't feel like it's ever a conflict. People buy Dior and Dope Runner without saying like which one is better.
Right. No, that's facts.
And they both equally like.
It's been all love and support.
Exactly.
Between all of them.
You don't see like Dope Runner like I'm the best, and then like Dior is like woo buddy talking shit, whatever. Like I'm finna show him I'm the best. It don't never really happen like that with the clothing line.
All right, gatekeeping.
This shit funny.
I don't know where it started from.
You know where it started from.
You came. How do you? What does the term mean to you? Gatekeeping.
Bro, I had to look it up. I ain't gonna.
Because honestly, I've never really heard gatekeeping until it was brought forth.
People was not using that word in their fucking vocabulary before Spider became a gatekeeper. Now that shit was like damn near everywhere. Now I seen D Dirk say it, and he said D Dirk said he hated. Like he said he fucking hate that word. He hate being called it. It was around the time, and like I didn't know people were getting called that. Like I guess because I was a rapper and not like somebody that was actually like what people were actually
promoting.
Somebody who had like they wanted to give like that title has to pretty much help their careers
Right.
and helping somebody else's careers. Nobody was calling me a gatekeeper when I was doing shows, local shows before I left to go to Vegas. It was only when I came back.
Thanks.
A lot of that shit sparked off with the JJ Live show though, because they felt like I was only putting people that I fuck with on those shows. And a lot of that sparked off because I was the face of the local scene to JJ's Live versus what y'all knew what the fuck was really going on in the background. Like, they wouldn't pick who the fuck they wanted to pick. They would say, like, all types of stuff, like, sending your music, you know, woo, woo, woo. Like, if the main act likes you, then, like, they'll pick you. Like, even like me, when I did the Ice Cube show, I didn't know until, like, a week before the fucking show that I was actually going to hit the stage. That's why y'all didn't get the music.
I was about to say, didn't you put other artists in front of you
especially
for that show?
Yeah, because I wasn't playing. It was gonna be too much for me to actually get here to do that show, the Ice Cube show. So I put people like Baby D, Bando, King Pimpin'. I put people in front of me, and like, I don't know if they know it. I think they all got calls though. Like, I hit them up, it's like, hey man, it's Ice Cube show, woo, woo, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason why I even put my name back into it is because Caillou kind of called me stupid for like not doing it. I know another person that was supposed to do like the Ice Cube show was Live Sosa, and he also felt like he passed up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he also felt like, damn, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. Yeah. But like, yeah, I put a bunch of people in front of me on that show. And so that was part of the reason why I was like calling bullshit for the gatekeeping shit. Like, man, I wasn't gonna even come do the Ice Cube show. The next show was Live Sosa and King and G Money, and like, I didn't pick none of them. That was all Scott Monsters, and I forget who did the next couple of. I think Scooby ended up doing like Ludacris, but people gotta understand, like, Scott Monster fuck with Scooby too. Ludacris is Scooby's favorite artist. Why wouldn't you put Scooby on that show? Nobody in this I remember going to like Little Rock, and when we got an interview with D Dirt, and we was up there with talking, and we was kicking shit, and like, niggas was talking about their favorite rappers, and like, I said, name another motherfucker that Ludacris is gonna be their favorite rapper. And I don't know nobody else that ever said Ludacris is their favorite rapper.
Oh yeah, Scooby.
And so it only fucking made sense for him to be on the show. But oh yeah, Scooby, your homeboy Spider, you put the nigga on the show, you gatekeeping. And, you know, it was a bunch of like weird ass shit like that going on. And like, I couldn't tell them what the fuck was really going on because they wouldn't understand it.
But is it really gatekeeping if you know for sure, like, Scooby, Bando, King Pimpin', everybody, like, they're gonna put on a show?
I don't think it really matters. I mean, if they were my homeboys and I was actually like, nah, nigga, you need to put this nigga on. Yeah, it would be gatekeeping. But, you know, whether they do a good show or not, everybody deserves an equal time to be on the stage. I mean, just like with our showcases and people saying that certain people are trash, like, I'm not going to just say, put this person on there just because he just has a great show. Especially, you know, when I know that this other person has a great show too. You know, so how do I pick? You know, like, I'm not gonna pick King Pimpin' just because he's my homeboy.
Right.
I picked the people I felt like went towards those shows, and like, whether they pick those people, it wasn't up to me. It's not my show. I didn't put money in on the show.
Well, you place out your hands, you just, you know, giving them the artists that they can choose from, and
yeah, it was suggested.
So Scott.
Right, and there was certain people who didn't even get to perform on the shows because, like, some of the shit ended up being true what they were saying. Like, Jelly Roll didn't want local artists on there, but that's supposed to be like Shorty D and them supposed to get on that show. Jelly Roll, like, right before the show was like, nah, we don't want nobody. We're gonna have somebody else. Nelly was the same. Yeah. He had like a band play before him, and they bring their own opening acts. And so, with the confusion and not really knowing what was going on, I can see how people thought it was like some gatekeeping shit. But was it really going on? Hell no. Like, I had put people on big shows like for years before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Big Low has came and been on a couple of my shows when we opened up for Cap G and shit like that. Like, I don't think people understood, like, I didn't really have a lot of just people that was like super friends in music. Most of my homeboys had been stopped rapping. You know what I'm saying? So everybody else was just people that I knew as artists that did good music. So, you know, was me and Bando like extremely tight enough for me to pick him over A1 Shawtee? I couldn't say that. But, you know, I knew Bando had good music. You know what I'm saying? Even me and Scooby had got closer over time while I was in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But like at a point in time in Fayetteville, before I moved, we was all at each other necks. We was all wanting to be the best. Like it wasn't no friendship shit. Like, you know, niggas was putting out songs thinking that, hey nigga, you know what I'm saying, you need to chill, you need to get behind me because we really the ones that's gonna make this shit go. Living life, you know, niggas was rapping back in the day when I was rapping. Like they wasn't doing like the music they doing now. Niggas was coming out with bars and real diss tracks and shit. So like I didn't really have a lot of niggas that was here that I felt like, you know, fuck with me like heavy, like as a friend. Right. But I felt like they were really good people to do business with and music with. And eventually, like when I came back down, a lot of our relationships ended up getting better. And we ended up becoming like more like friendships and shit like that after the growing up part.
Yeah, it's crazy that you get called the gatekeeper because I've been following you for about 7 years now. Mm-hmm. I've been personally getting to know you about the past couple of years now. And all I've ever seen you do is just help everybody else, put everybody on numerous shows, give a lot of people opportunities. You've helped mentor. I'm one of them. You've helped mentor me pretty much my whole career since I've came back. And not even only mine, you mentor like so many other people too. Not only that, like if I'm sick, like you know what I'm saying, like this guy is calling, make sure I'm okay if I'm needing anything. He knows when I go quiet on Facebook. What's it? He knows if I'm quiet on Facebook. He knows like, you know, I'll be mentally battling and stuff, you know, stuff like that. So it's just crazy that. How do you personally feel like honestly being called the gatekeeper?
At first I felt like it was an insult. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know me. You don't even know who I'm really friends with to say that type of shit. You know, and like the motherfucker that was saying it, I knew he didn't know me. The first person I heard say it was like Dak. You know, and Anthony actually called me and told me Dak had said it. And like I was like, damn, shit. Like all I know Dak from is just performing, like paying to be on shows. Right. But, you know what I'm saying? You don't know me well enough for to be calling me anything other than my name. You know what I'm saying? So at first I didn't know what the fuck it was, and like I had to look it up. And then I started seeing like some other shit with it, you know, like I'm a troll. So I started looking at shit like on Google, like the dude that was on Thor, he a gatekeeper too. Mm-hmm. And I started thinking like, damn, gatekeeping can be where the fuck I wanted to be. And you know what I'm saying? I could keep like lame ass niggas out of shit. So like I started looking at like, damn, I'm gatekeeping y'all lame motherfuckers. And if you want, since y'all want to talk shit and try to put me down like you know me, I'm gonna fuck with you. So like, yeah, I'm gatekeeping that bullshit out of here. We only putting good shit on.
Yeah, you really turned it around and played with it. You just kind of like step back with it, with
the
gatekeeping stuff.
Bro, you know what's crazy about that? It was like people that was like on the internet that, like I said, I didn't know, never been on a fucking show, don't know me. It was like, yeah, I don't like that he calls himself the gatekeeper. What the fuck do you care about it for? Like, you don't like me calling myself my real name either. You don't even know me. Right. And it's like, motherfuckers that, like, bro, I used to see some crazy fucking comments. Like, bro, and like I said, like, no cap, like, where have you seen this word in until they start calling me that? Like I started seeing all types of, oh, he's a gatekeeper guy. Like, and people start calling other people gatekeepers that I didn't know were gatekeepers. Like Jimmy ended up being a fucking gatekeeper. And I was like, that's just a new word to insult people with. And they would just own that shit. But I knew people were calling me gatekeeper for like different reasons and shit like that. So it was just weird. But it did start with Dak from what I heard. Like I didn't shoot the message or whatever. You know, that nigga, I don't know why he would say that. Me and Dak talked about it though. I called, bro, I'm gonna call you. Like,
alright, that's true too. Spider gonna call you. If he's got an issue with you, I promise you gonna get a phone call.
Cause it don't really be issues. Like I ain't out here messing with nobody's girlfriend or slapping them or cussing them out on Facebook. Like 9 times out of 10 there's a problem with some bullshit with like music that.
And that's why we're not having a problem talking about these situations, because you have already called these people, talk to people, tell like it is. Look, I'm tired of Skunk over here doing, I don't fucking know.
We trying to take a break?
That's called taking a break, man.
Oh shit, I was just getting started.
Man, just yell break.
Hey, one of you crazy, man.
Damn, I didn't even know they could.
And I'm doing this, I ain't no radio person.
That's hard.
No, they can hear you at first.
That's hard.
Damn.
That's hard.
Damn.
Yeah,
this is real radio.
Cause I ain't gonna lie,
Oh yeah, we know.
Hey, we finna start a podcast.
Perfect. When?
Probably by the end of the first quarter. So we can air it on your shit too.
Absolutely.
Like we gonna record it. We'll have the video and shit, and we can just like send you the file and shit.
Absolutely.
You can see the audio file for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the
Yeah,
audio
we can
file.
put you on the weekly show, just whatever. And I mean,
Well,
right
shit
now
would be
my
crazy.
dates are pretty open. One-on-one with Day One is one of our premiere episodes,
Okay.
and she's got slot choice. She's first up, and then
Right.
you know, if you want to
That's
do that
cool.
Tuesday night at 7, I don't think we've got that slot filled. I don't recommend Wednesdays at 7.
Okay.
A lot of our listeners are somewhere else.
That's cool. We'll tell Chris.
Right, Spider?
Yeah,
That's easy.
they on the hot show.
That's easy,
Yeah,
man.
I'll go to the hot show on Wednesday. There's no reason to compete.
That'll be the start of the syndication.
Yeah, I just fucked the hot show up. Y'all gonna have listeners every now.
Come on, man.
Hey,
How you say come on?
hey, come on,
now.
man. Come on now. Come on now.
Hey, hot show with crazy. Old girl had that bitch lit too though.
Who?
That bitch that was twerking.
Yeah, cause she twerk ass. That's easy.
Yeah, you be with the real shit, huh?
And more, anybody sell ass, you better go crazy.
Huh?
Anybody that's shaking ass better go crazy.
I don't have the right to be able to know her name. I ain't
I forgot her
trying to
name.
TT or some shit. I don't
Yeah,
know.
some shit like that too.
She was cute.
Yeah, she was straight.
I mean, we don't say,
How
we've been around the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
She
I've been
good
Vegas.
though. Don't get me wrong. Now she good.
She was Arkansas good.
She good for sure.
Yeah.
She good for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Skywalker did
Can I
fuck
get
it up,
CTG
man.
right here? Woo!
Big CTG
We in here,
shit.
baby.
Yeah!
Take a shot.
Shot a clock. Shot a clock.
One of my favorite things about the radio is being fully an online program, and as long as we're live broadcasting, we can say whatever the hell we want.
Bro, that's what we need.
I mean,
Cause I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't said some nice shit.
Yesterday was cool.
Marco,
But
you
I
say it,
can
man.
say some shit now. I was trying to be a little politically correct.
Yeah.
We can tell the truth today.
But I can real deal talk shit.
Everybody tell me how long is this break?
Yeah, motherfucker ready to get back
Oh,
to
they
the
ready
Y'all
to
ready
get
to go
back to
live?
the
Man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they
Go
ready.
ahead, yeah, jump it back.
we're gonna hit the M on the keyboard.
Tell me when.
Mic's on.
What's up, everybody? We are back. Sorry about the break, but you know we had to take a little smoke break real quick.
Don't be sorry about the break. You was turning up.
Man, anyway, we sure was, man. We got CTG just walked in the motherfucking building, man. B Skywalker.
Can we get a hand clap for that? Can we get a hand clap for that?
Yeah, they're gonna come in and join the conversation a little bit.
Oh shit, it should really get fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
If Sky is like a 5% of what he was last night, we finna go crazy.
Oh, man. We can say what we want right now.
Okay. Let's do
So,
it.
Northwest Arkansas.
Wow.
We got a lot of artists that think they hot. A lot of artists.
Wow, wow.
Hey, well, why you pick up right here?
Why not?
Shit. Y'all motherfuckers get me high in here too, y'all.
Yeah.
Shit is cloudy in this
In
motherfucker.
the
I don't
contract.
know who not hot. I don't know who not hot to it. They one of these niggas trash to it, bro.
Yeah. What?
That's,
Hold on, Ray Pay saying something. Hey, what you say, Ray Pay? We heard you over there now. What you say?
I just said, you know. I mean, look, tell the truth, but you don't. 2 nights in a row, y'all might be on a these niggas trash tour. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus.
Man.
Damn.
If this how y'all gonna pop it on,
Somebody else gonna do a podcast tomorrow about that shit too. Like, watch. You know, somebody if they do a show tomorrow. Did you hear what Skywalker said? You know, niggas just shitty. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to talk about it. What else is gonna be talked about?
that's going on TV camera for
How
sure.
do y'all really feel about the Northwest Arkansas scene?
Who you want to go first?
It don't matter.
We heard Sky. We gonna let Sky finish off what he really wanted to say.
Oh, God.
Scott, talk your shit. Come on.
Oh, God. Can y'all hear me?
No hold
Can I
bars.
hear me? Is that picking up enough?
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
if
get
you
close.
want, I can move
Nah,
up.
I
So
can
you
get
go
it,
see right here.
I can see the gold dot.
Back. So, the Northwest Arkansas scene. Like I said, first of all, the support is always phenomenal. Like,
Right.
it's always wall to wall at all the events, the local events. And I think that is crazy. Now, as far as the talent that's hitting the stage, you know, let's take the showcases that Spider and Sewell do. You know, they always gonna have about 50 artists perform.
Damn. Hold on, what you say? Hold on. What my boy say?
Yeah.
Cap.
So, but no, I'm just fucking around. But it's probably about 25% good music, good artists with good energy and good stage presence, and the other 75. I applaud you for getting up there, but I recommend that you work on your craft a little bit more.
Yeah.
Before you step into that realm. Now, of course, you gotta have balls enough to even get up there anyway.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's kind of what I see in the scene. Now I know that, you know, with those shows, everybody not from Northwest Arkansas. They be from everywhere.
Right.
But the artists that I do know that are from the Northwest Arkansas area, I'm gonna keep it real. For me personally, I might really fool with about maybe 3 to 5, honestly.
Ooh. Can we put some
Honestly,
names on it?
that I've seen. Ooh wee.
A1, this is A1 now.
Ooh wee.
I taught it well.
Go put
I
some names on the sky.
I fool with Bang for sure. I don't know if I really consider him a Northwest Arkansas true artist though.
I fuck with that.
But I fuck with Bang. But
You don't even really gotta say it. Who would be your top Northwest?
my top
Arkansas.
Northwest.
Shit.
That's tough. Cause
Or name your top 3.
if I'm going off for like who I think can bring bodies out, I'ma definitely say Baby D. I'ma definitely say A1. And I'ma say G Money. I feel like y'all can bring crowds wherever y'all at. Point blank. Period. If I'm gonna talk, yeah, it's proven. I've seen it every time I come up here. When y'all hit the stage, the crowd singing y'all words. Y'all got the most people out there that support y'all. Motherfuckers that hit my goddamn DM be some of y'all supporters.
Yeah.
And so I be like, damn, hold on. You know what I'm saying? I'm being for real. I'm being so serious. Now, if I'm talking, I've seen some raw talent that I know can be groomed and turned into something. Spider working with one of them, DK. I think he is very talented. The white boy that got posted a couple weeks ago, I don't know his name. He was with Rook and them. They said he was like Gunner or some shit. Gunner, yeah.
Gunner is good.
I like his fucking style. Like
Yeah.
I like what he do. I might switch up some image shit, you know what I'm saying? But as far as his talent wise, that shit there. You know what I'm saying? Even if he was to be groomed into like a ghostwriter or something, like dude could make some money in this industry for sure.
That's facts.
That's about it. I mean, I got some honorable mentions that I know can rap, but this is a lot more than just rap. Like Jimmy Rock, he can rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couple of cats. I love Bando Energy.
Yeah, Bando
is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
Fast,
when I talk about stage presence, like
He kills
I ain't gonna lie, his stage presence is second to none,
Right.
in my opinion. Like dude, energy is just
I agree.
next
Definitely.
fucking level. You cannot like his song, but if you go watch it, you might not like it, listen to it on MP3,
Right.
but you go watch his show and he perform that same record, you're gonna be like, God damn,
He
Yeah.
it's the same fucking song.
Yeah, you gonna fuck
you know what
with
I'm
it,
saying? So like, dude's stage presence is crazy, but that's what I see right now.
Well, as far as like me, what I wanted to pick up on is like, Sky ain't the only motherfucker that see this shit. Like, it's a lot of people who see this shit, and Spider talk to these people, you know what I'm saying? And so I always felt like, even though I looked at things different a little bit, like as far as like the showcases, it's a showcase. It's not a, you know, a concert full of people who are just simply that talent. Everybody has the chance to just showcase their music. That's what I look at it as. But given to the fact of the much shit that I get for doing these shows, knowing damn well it's motherfuckers that don't want to even see you on stage, I feel like it's some bullshit that be going on here with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like it. I deal with it because I have to. We have to go get people from other parts of different areas because everybody here are not understanding the opportunity that it actually is. You know, they looking at it like, oh, I supposed to be getting paid and all that. And it's like, you ain't even that good to certain people.
And I definitely agree with that. And the crazy thing is, like, you've put so much spotlight on Northwest Arkansas. Like, we literally have, and I know this as an artist myself, I hear from a lot of other artists. Like, you literally have other artists from other states, other towns, everywhere are wanting to come to Northwest Arkansas.
Bro, I got a comment today by somebody in Little Rock said they ain't know shit about a Fayetteville or Northwest until they started hearing my name.
Yeah.
And I hear this shit from people from other places, so it doesn't really matter if it come from here. And like, so that's a lot of reason why I able to weed out the bullshit. But I just want everybody to know, like, it's been people who call me like, Spider, you support shit. You support trash. Like, these motherfuckers are ass. Why are you doing it? Mad at me. And it wasn't until I got into CTG, and I ain't saying Sky was the one that did it. It was a certain realization I had. It was like, hey, bro, this is a job. I can't bring certain shit to Skywalker without Skywalker saying certain shit. And like,
and I think it's kind of hard too for like kind of people like me and Spider too. We're like just natural born supporters. Like,
that's what it is.
Like for real, like it's genuine from the heart. Like we literally support the music scene like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'd have to say like Spider-Verse like tops me. Like they call me the #1 supporter, but honestly I gotta give that to you.
Man, another thing.
I mean, just in everything you do, you've helped put on like. You guys gotta understand, like, I've been supporting and watching the music scene when it was nothing.
Yeah, and I like to give some credit to Darren and Jay Jackson, too.
Oh, yeah.
Jay
definitely,
Jackson,
most definitely.
They,
shout out Darren Sewell, Jay Jackson.
Darren be still trying to do shit like play our music on the radio sometimes. I'm like, bro, we can't do that no more. Like, he be like, man, Spike, I'm just saying, it did so much back in the day, and I was like, that was then, bro. This is now. Yeah. Like, we gotta move up. We gotta change how we doing it.
But you gotta set that foundation.
I had to.
And then I feel like you kind of just took it to a whole nother level and just, you know what I'm saying, just
it gave them
elevated with it.
It gave them
both you and Darren.
It gave people a spotlight, whether you're good or bad. Sky saw it and was able to say what the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying?
Started him off on the platform.
Exactly. I know it started there. I remember.
It's his first solo show. Yeah, it was at Winterfest, the very first Winterfest that Darren threw. This before you came back and teamed with him.
Yeah.
No, you was there.
I was there.
You was on stage with us.
I remember.
You was on the stage.
That was crazy.
That was his very first solo artist show.
What?
After we stopped being in the group, I had just started managing him.
You know what's crazy about that?
It's in 2017.
This nigga brought about. They had 100 motherfuckers with him on his first show.
We had that bitch Water. Club Lush. This one Lush was there.
Yeah.
Bro, I tell that story to a lot of people.
And we threw an after party and went crazy.
Oh yeah, I found that out. I found that out the other day. I ain't knowing no damn after party. I ain't getting invited.
And that's crazy that's crazy now that like I actually met y'all now because I was probably at a lot of them Dixon Theater parties.
You definitely had to be.
I know I was.
You
like Dixon Theater was the spot back in the day, like, and it hasn't been like.
I'm telling you, we had that bitch jumping every time.
Nothing stopped the Dixon Theater yet.
Nah,
in my opinion,
that's always my favorite.
It hasn't.
It
hasn't.
Yeah,
like they lost out. Look, people here now, they don't know that just not getting up here.
They never gonna understand.
They ain't gonna understand. That was nostalgia right there.
Yeah.
I think I went one time. That's the only time I ever went. I went one time.
The theater,
man,
it was different.
20, 30
that bitch got shut down after that one time. That's why I ain't go no more.
It was different. Like everybody would turn up. Like
that's some pretty
during the
dope.
time when nobody dancing.
It was some pretty dope people that was moving around at that time, like Ace Mag, Bolo Ying, and shit like that. I want to shout them out. They were doing their thing around here.
The city of Fayetteville was
they really ones that was starting it and stuff, and then it started elevating from them, from there and stuff, and just came to what it is now. But it's grown so much. It's like it's just hard to deny and not give you guys the flowers. Period.
Yeah, for that music shit for sure. Like
for everybody, like me, I don't know, if hating or they'll see whatever the hell it is, going on. I mean, people are gonna talk. It don't matter what you do. Like you can be fucking Jesus, and as you can see, they crucified him. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can do everything right too, but there's always gonna be people back there that's gonna say something or not like what you doing or bad because they not doing it like you doing it or they don't have the means to do it. Like I swear you don't sleep.
Yeah, no, I don't
Like,
try
He
to.
go to bed.
let's just. I mean, I know he do.
I hit him up.
You feel me? I
be
know he sleep. You know what I'm saying? But it's
He put his
like,
phone on do not disturb and shit.
Man, y'all can't listen to Sky, man.
I be trying to work. Spider, wake up, motherfucker.
Hey, him and Take me one day, man. Wake your ass up. We
Wake
can
the fuck
try to
up,
work.
bro. We got shit to do.
so I want to ask you, where would you like to see Northwest Arkansas go in 2023?
Our biggest thing is this, like, I still stand on a lot of shit that I say, even though I know for a fact some shit is just true. Like, it is some more development need done from down there every artist here.
Mhm.
Like, even the ones that he called out, he
Oh
said
yeah,
are good.
definitely.
They got, but I also feel like what I want Northwest Arkansas to do is have that real outlet where you can be a gunner and be like just as important as a self-paid savage that's out in Little Rock. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have like an outlet to pretty much like uplift that type of music or Trey Los. Like it needs to be an outlet where like just say like Gunna got a great reaction for being on TV Cameo or which one it was, or Ground Zero.
Mm-hmm.
That was surprising to me, you know, because that's not a platform for his real, like really for his type of music. And so I want to see Northwest Arkansas create that platform, given to the fact that we have all those type of artists here.
Yeah. And we do have a diverse set of artists that it's really ridiculous. Like, you can't really like put Northwest Arkansas in the box.
So that's why it has to happen here. You know, like it has to be like this is the place where that super pop star, rock star, whatever, you know, that alternative music. This is where it needs to come from. And we have a great chance of making that happen if we'll understand that together. You know what I'm saying? But
It's really like just utilizing the tools that are right there in front of us too. Also thinking, you know, banding together. You know, there's a lot of.
yeah, it's all it takes is one.
As an artist,
Right.
like y'all, look, if not y'all, then who? You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying
we
that's
could use that.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We could use a page like that, an outlet like that.
It
For
literally
real.
only take one from 479 to shed light on what's happening here. So if you have one artist that gets signed or pops out of here, and you take that one artist and everybody from this area bands behind that person and supports that person, them labels are gonna do exactly what they did when Bankroll Freddie got
It's
signed.
gonna trickle down.
Exactly what they did when Ed Dolo got signed. Exactly what they did when they just signed. What's his name? Mud Rule Baby, Mud Baby, whatever his name is. Cootie and all of them. Like, they looked at that area of Arkansas, the 870 area, and said, it's something down there. And they just got to sign the motherfuckers from the 870. Left and right.
Yeah.
Left and right. And so it's the same thing with 479. That one artist who pops and everybody support them, the industry is going to start looking at that area of Arkansas. They hit us up all the time. Spider's in the group now. Like, that's why I try to tell everybody, like, I don't know what y'all look at Spider ass up here. That motherfucker is in phone calls with people that y'all wouldn't even think about. Like, y'all wouldn't even think you could touch. Spider's in these calls. Like, literally, right before we did the Hot Show, we was literally on a call with a major record label right before the show.
Like right before.
Like, no bullshit.
Facts.
And so, all it takes is that one artist. Everybody get behind them, and then they gonna start looking right here at the 479. They hit us up all the time. That's why we got Spider here. It's because they hit us up. Who popping in Arkansas? What's the next thing coming out of Arkansas? What's coming out? They want literally. Well, I was on the phone with yesterday. I'm at his house.
Yeah.
Rampage Wood's house. I'm on the phone with Sony. The A&R from Sony. And all they said is, we love the music that's coming out of Arkansas right now. Interested in all type of artists that sit here in Arkansas. And so that's what I'm saying. It's all it takes is one artist. And the support up here is crazy. So I'm already knowing if it's one artist that gets signed, everybody's gonna jump behind you up here. Like, I feel like that's for the vast majority of people. That's what's gonna happen, and the 479 is gonna fucking explode at that point.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Right.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
You want to know something else that's real special about just even that? The whole state, I feel like it's gonna be behind us 479 because of the way we're allowing people from other parts of the state come over here, and then people wanting to come perform. If somebody gets signed from Northwest Arkansas, the whole state is gonna be behind them.
I'm telling you, the Northwest Arkansas somewhat played a role in Bankroll Freddie's career in the starting point.
Yep.
Y'all gotta
I
understand.
believe
People, what I'm
I
saying.
can believe that.
People
Yeah.
forget this part. Bankroll Freddie
First.
is from 870, right?
Right.
From Helena originally. Is known as a quote unquote Little Rock rapper, which is Central Arkansas. But this motherfucker got a key to the city here in fucking Fayetteville.
He does.
Oh yeah.
They gave this man a key to the city. He ain't go to school here. He ain't lived a day in his life up here. I think he might have had 2 shows up here so far since he been signed. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
But he has a
and
key
one of them.
to the city in fucking Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Ed Dolo, same situation. From the 870. But got mad love right up here.
Very.
Stupid love. He hit the stage up here, everybody going crazy.
They singing his songs and
Come
everything.
on. And so it's like,
Right.
it's some magic up here in these mountains. I don't know what
I mean,
it
you
is.
got. I mean, and an
But this is the
example
spot.
too is like Duke Deuce. You know what I'm saying? He came
Come on.
here
Same
and he
shit.
turned him up. You know what
Same
I'm saying?
shit.
And he comes and he just walks around like he living.
And that's what I'm saying. And I'm gonna be real.
You know, he show
I'm
love.
Duke road manager, and I will say, when that shit with the Razorbacks happened, and we took full advantage of it, we came up here. We had Drake behind it. Like, it was a bunch of shit behind this shit.
Right? Yeah, that stuff did go crazy.
Duke fell in love so much. He looking at buying a house out here. But I don't want to just say that's what rebranded or repushed Duke, but it had a lot to do with the success that we had for the rest of the year in 2022.
Right.
Because Fayetteville created a viral moment for him with the basketball game.
Yeah.
Then we turn around, like I said, we have Drake say some shit, and we come up here with the show. We do it. We got the basketball play. It just created a whole wave,
Mm-hmm.
and it helped.
Push.
The second half of last year, it helped like crazy to get him back where he wants to be. You know what I'm saying, and keep going into 2023. So Duke has a forever love for Arkansas
Yeah.
at this point.
No,
like
little
no
Duke
bullshit.
Deuce, man. Shout out
No
Duke Deuce.
bullshit. He walk around wearing the Razorbacks like he from this motherfucker.
But see, I honestly, like as much as like the making artists needing to be better or not, despite of doing like that guy's trash. The fact that we did accept everybody made that type of shit be like what it was. It made the support be what it was because we didn't turn down nobody.
Nah, but some people need to know that they trash.
Yeah, they do.
Some
Though.
people need to get on stage and it's okay to hear them boos. And that's okay.
Okay.
It's okay to hear some boos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, if a motherfucker boo you, that's a reality check.
Yeah. I got
And
it.
it might not tell you to quit, but it
Right.
might say, if you really listen, okay, what the fuck am I doing wrong? What I need to go fix some shit.
Right.
Cause I ain't getting back on stage and they gonna boo me again.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back.
Right.
But they ain't finna boo me again.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm also a type of person too. Like you might be trashed that first year. I don't
Mhm.
think everybody just started off great. You know, first coming
I ain't
into all
gonna
this
lie, I
stuff.
did.
Shit.
I just-
But who's to tell within the next year if they keep up perfecting their
Exactly.
craft and really working hard at it within that next year they come back to one of them showcases
Right.
and just outblow one of
go
y'all.
crazy.
And that's honestly like why I be the way I was. I didn't start off that good. Like and then like I said, niggas needed to know how to rap back in the day. Like when I started,
Had to.
like Kendrick Lamar had just dropped Control when I started rapping. So you just know what bars was like to motherfuckers back in that day. I think Wayne was still dropping crazy shit, and like so. When I was trash, like niggas didn't have no problem saying it, making diss songs and shit about it, you know. So I kind of like got like a different spot for people who just starting out or whatever. But like Scott said, now it's time for motherfuckers to know, hey, we got the spotlight. People are checking us out. We got to get good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, mediocre don't work.
No.
Right.
Mediocre don't work. And as much as people might want to hate on Spider or say he gatekeeping or whatever the fuck they saying, they gotta understand when it comes to Northwest Arkansas, at this point, he's the closest thing to the motherfucking industry that y'all got. And so
Well, I
if
mean,
you bring shit to him, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Spider will send me artists from up here all the time because he doesn't want to give y'all misinformation. And he doesn't want to come from a biased point. Like if he might not like you, but he gonna send you to me and say, Scott, what do you think?
Right.
Or he might send them to our VP of A&R. Hey, what do you think about this artist? He's not just making these calls by himself. And so he'll send them to us and we'll say, they need to do this, or we like them, or whatever the situation is. And he's taking what we say, and he's telling y'all exactly like real deal feedback. And a lot of people get it misconceived and think that it's just coming from Spider. He quote unquote gatekeeping. He's saying we trash, or a lot of times he's not saying none of that shit. I'm saying it, or somebody else saying it. Yeah. You know, and he just letting you know what's being said. Now he might not articulate to you and say, "Hey, I sent this to our team of A&Rs, or I sent this to such and such. This is what they said." But despite that, you need to take that information and take it for what it is, and try to work on, you know, whatever he told you lacking at or whatnot, and not look at it as he hating or he this or he that. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy right here, if Spider come to me and say, "Sky, this is the motherfucker," I'm finna listen and I'm finna pay attention. Right. So this is the guy that Northwest Arkansas needs to be getting in tune with. Whether you love him or you hate him, this is the motherfucker. If you want to get close right now to the industry, and I ain't even just talking about signing the CTG, you might not be a good fit for CTG. You might be a country artist. We don't do country music. Yeah. But Spider might say, "This motherfucker hard, Sky. What can we do for them?" Right. And then we might be able to broker you a deal with a country label or somebody who can do what you do. But we could be the middleman to that situation. You know what I'm saying? But people don't think like that. They get so caught up in this hating shit and this cloud and the politics and all the bullshit.
The hottest and
And he ain't like that at all. Like I had Spider first 2 months with CTG. I had to recondition his whole thought process because he's not like that, and I wasn't like that. He could tell you that. Like I was so genuine, but it was like it comes to a point where you really gotta. I mean, you gotta separate the bullshit from the real, like real talk. Yeah. And you gotta be able to tell a motherfucker like this ain't that, this ain't this, and go on and be okay with it, and honestly be okay with people saying what they're gonna say about you. They're gonna, like you said, they crucified Jesus. They're gonna crucify you. Yeah, fair.
So and even on that point, I want people to be able to hear Sky say this, like for that very reason right there. That very reason right there, dude. You say like what he would say about motherfuckers and tell people. I never took nobody that I fuck with to Sky. I only took people that like I felt like had a buzz. Like the first person I sent to CTG was Baby D. Yep. That was the first one. And that was because I seen the energy around it. And then like people were saying like I'm gatekeeping. I never presented Scooby. I never presented Bando. He saw Bendo and them for himself. He came down. He seen
T-Pain. I seen Bendo for the first time. T-Pain.
Yeah, he seen a lot of it.
And so like when I never presented one, I have yet to present one of my people besides like DK. And like I got asked about DK. You know what I'm saying, some shit because I was posting him a lot. But I ain't presented nobody to him yet because I knew for a fact if they did the right shit, if they listened to what I was telling them, they gonna see you yourself. I ain't gotta tell Sky, hey, this the motherfucker to watch. If you on all the blogs, if your music is good and the shit, Sky gonna see you himself. Right. You know what I'm saying? So once I started understanding that, me and Sky started saying shit to me that I was like, oh damn, Sky was paying attention to that. I started just getting into the mode like, hey bro, you gotta get better.
But also like took that connection, to be able for CTG to notice Northwest Arkansas. Skywalker and them to notice, because there for a while, Northwest Arkansas, we were just in the back. Yeah. You've helped create, that boundary and reach out to Little Rock.
Yeah, I had to go
beyond that.
I had to go tell people we were here. Yeah. Like people didn't care if we was here or not, but I had something for the first time that like I was super confident in. Mm-hmm. I knew for a fact you weren't throwing better shows than the shows that was in Fayetteville. You wouldn't. And no matter where I go, hey D Dirt, yeah, your station rocking way better than mine. I'm gonna give you love for that, but you gonna have to come to Fayetteville to do a show. And so with that confidence in that and understanding how I had that in the chokehold at that moment, I went to other places with something I could possibly brag on and shine light besides just trying to do an artist because it wasn't working with that. Like they wasn't accepting us because of the way that we sound. And it ain't have nothing to do with anything other than that. Like they ain't think we sounded good. But damn, them niggas got some good shows. So we'll just start checking them out. And that's how the light really got shined on this motherfucker for real.
And I'm gonna keep it real, like just to piggyback off what he just said. Like I said, I lived up here in Northwest Arkansas. When there wasn't a radio station, when there wasn't no showcases being done, none of that. And so I was an artist here at that point in time. And so when we left, that's when Spider came up here. That's when Sue started doing the showcases and all of that. We knew that the local scene was already a thing, but people, like he said, didn't know about it. Because it just wasn't publicized back then like that, unless you was here. And so I bumped into Spider during the pandemic. He was doing a fucking review show online. I was doing a review show. This one couldn't nobody go nowhere.
Yes.
Nobody do shit. Right? I had met him in 2017 when we came up here for Winterfest and he performed. But at the time, Spider wasn't the Spider he is now.
Right.
And so he was up there on stage with Sue, but I didn't even know who the fuck he was. Literally. I knew Jay, because Jay from where I'm from, I knew Sue. But I didn't know Spider. Him and Kai was up there. I didn't even know who the fuck they was. I don't even know if I shook his hand.
No.
And so, like, I would just be real. I don't even know if I shook his hand. And so, fast forward to boom, pandemic hit. He's doing a live review show online. I started doing a live review show online as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm watching his shit. It was him and this white boy. And I was just like, they shit hard. I'm reaching out to them like, hey, what type of program y'all using? What's this? What's that? And that's what made me tap in and really see what he had going on. And so I'm like, okay, this cat really moving. I think you was in Vegas at the time.
Really, you was tapped in way before.
Yeah, I was tapped in. So I started really watching him. This before CTG even existed.
I'm saying, way before CTG.
So boom, he come back to Northwest Arkansas. He linked with Darren, and they just start going bananas once the pandemic opened back up. You know, once we opened back up. So boom, we opened up CTG, and you know we had our staff, original staff, and all of that. We got to a point where we went through a rebranding phase, and Jimmy wanted to know who we need to add to the roster. You know, as far as staff. My first thing was, I said, bro, we gotta go to Northwest Arkansas and get Spider. He said, who the fuck is Spider? He didn't even know.
Right.
Jimmy had never been to Fayetteville before. Before that time we came up here, Jimmy has never been up here. Half of the team hadn't even been up here.
No, they didn't know.
TJ, none of them have been up here.
Right.
So they didn't really know what was popping up here. But I was always telling them like, bro, it's some magic in Northwest Arkansas. I used to live up there. I know what it is. Like, it's talent up there. Just you on an island when you don't know.
Right.
And so, they going crazy with these showcases. Like he said, that was making Central Arkansas people, artists, and shit have to tap in up here. Because, like he said, Northwest Arkansas wasn't known for their artists, but all people knew down that way is these dudes, whoever the fuck they is, are throwing some crazy ass shows. Cause it was wall to wall every show. It was wall to wall.
Every one of them are.
Everyone. Like, it was no misses at that point.
That whole year.
It was no misses.
We didn't miss.
And so every artist in Central Arkansas wanted to tap into that shit. So I get to telling Jimmy about this guy named Spider. Lo and behold, Spider had already been in Jimmy DM, but Jimmy ain't never responded to this motherfucker.
Goddamn.
This is real fact.
Yeah. Right.
So we have a team meeting. I say, yeah, we got to add Spider. Jimmy like, okay, you know, going into we want to go do it till 2023, right?
Yeah, we were going to hold. I know that's
we was going to hold off. We
going
to hold off.
Yeah.
We weren't going to add nobody until 2023.
Yeah.
We had a second team meeting about a month later. Jimmy say, fuck it, Sky. Go ahead and add Spider.
Yeah.
He didn't even ask nobody. We didn't do no, we usually do a vote.
Yeah.
We didn't do no vote.
Yeah.
So shit, I called Spider that day. Swear to God, this motherfucker jumping for joy on the phone. Like, he hype.
I was lit.
He hype.
I was there. I'm cussing and everything. Fuck y'all.
So I done already told Spider,
this part gonna get funny right
you
now.
on the team. I'm like, bro, you know, don't make no announcement yet. We gonna do an announcement. Whoop whoop, all this shit. So he like, cool. The next day, I don't know what the fuck going on. Jimmy hit the group, said, all right, y'all, we go. Now, Spider in the group at this point.
I'm looking at this.
All right, y'all, we're going to take a team vote. Who all wants Spider on the team?
Oh, damn.
So, look.
I just know
nobody knows Spider.
Right.
Nobody on the team except for me. Like, literally, nobody knows shit about him. They don't know nothing about Northwest Arkansas. They don't know nothing.
So you just said
I say, yeah. Everybody else like, I don't know that nigga. Hell nah.
Bruh.
Who the fuck is Spider?
Bruh.
And so I'm texting Jimmy like, hey, bro, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? We done already, I done already told this motherfucker.
Bruh.
I'm so shit. Jimmy like, nah, just, you know, just let it play out. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, all right. Spider hit me like, bro. And Spider hit me like, bro. What, like, I mean, what's going on? Like, am I on? Am I not? I'm just telling him because I don't know.
I'll relieve that motherfucking mess.
I'm telling Spider like, bro, just chill, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I really don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was crazy, dog.
So shit, I had to end up calling motherfuckers, and I'm like, hey man, y'all fucking tripping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know. So I had to break down who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, like Central Arkansas is like a, what can I say? Damn near a gatekeeping spot. Like everybody come out of Central Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, 870 area. You know what I'm saying? Like them two areas. That's where the music is, as far as hip hop is concerned.
Yeah.
It's really generating from.
Right.
And so I don't want to say they on the gatekeeping shit, but it's like, hey, this is us. If you ain't 501 or 870,
Hey, let me
don't
jump
matter.
in real. I'll say this because D-Dirt did shout you out. That last event they had in Little Rock, he told all them niggas there, he said, I don't care if y'all want to hear it or not. Northwest Arkansas throwing better shows than y'all.
Way better shows.
Oh,
and that's the thing.
He shouted you out.
But that's the thing. The shows down there, it don't even compare to anything up here. Show wise. The support down there don't even compare to anything.
Right.
That's why I steady say like, yo, this shit is crazy. The support here is retarded.
Right.
You would think as many artists is coming out of them areas, it's nothing like what's going on up here.
Facts.
And so I had to break that down to the team, and finally everybody was like, okay, cool. And it wasn't until we came up here and they saw how y'all support this man.
Yeah.
They at the Big Boogie show. And everybody on the team was sold at that point. They like, yo, Sky, you weren't lying. This motherfucker Spider is the guy. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Sky said that shit. Sky said that shit.
I was mad for 2 days in that motherfucking group.
On me he was. Hey, Spider was ready to quit. Spider calling me like, hey, look, bro, you know I fool with you, but you know what I'm saying?
Nigga ain't gonna give me like this.
He's like, you know I fool with you. I'm like, bro, just calm down, bro. Like, it ain't even
nigga in the group
serious,
asking me questions and shit, I ain't even answering. Like, hey man, your mother.
Hey, I had to really tell him, I'm like, really, Spider might be more qualified than some of y'all. You being 100.
Nah, you did. Nah,
I had to be 100. Like, for real. I get where y'all coming from, but hey, this motherfucker done put his work in, you know what I'm saying?
That shit was so crazy. Just that whole time was just crazy.
But that's how you know it's meant to be, man.
It's meant to be.
Oh, yeah.
Now they love him. Now they call him for everything.
Yeah, we
call him for everything. We Spider, I'm trying to get on the music video up there. We coming up there. We Spider. Everybody doing shit. Everybody want to talk to Spider now. Shit, they don't want to talk to me no more.
Shit. He get the most Instagram tags.
Man, shit, I keep my phone D&D.
Goddamn. Nah, that shit was crazy. Like that whole moment and all that shit was like crazy. Like it was super. A lot of for Northwest Arkansas. Like me and Sky was talking when even just like with the Duke Deuce shit like coming down. Ed Dolo was a big deal here.
Hell
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
like
yeah.
it was a big deal for these people to actually be able to get him and you know like I said like they don't. Yeah,
it's different. We bringing them to the streets.
Yeah.
We on Dixon.
Yeah.
Right.
You can march pit with Duke Deuce and like you can tell people you did that.
Duke had his arm around motherfuckers. They raging and shit. Like we in what was the bar? West End.
Bro, that was
crazy.
Crazy. Like we did that whole night. It was all about him. They played that nigga song in every single club.
Yeah.
Even when he pulled up at his birthday.
He was just walking up and down Dixon like, hey.
I want to say, this last time.
Like,
I wasn't
like
even with him. I
legit,
wasn't even with him this last time. I'm like, nah, bro, go here, go there, tap in with this one. He real deal looking for a house out here. Like, that's no lie.
Yeah.
That's so for real. He's looking to have him, it'll be his third house. Like, he want to have a crib down here.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And it's like, even with that, man, it's like the shows is really what really brought the attention here in the way that we were putting them together when I was reaching out. Like, D Dirt, after that interview, D Dirt them came down for a couple of shows.
He was at your birthday, wasn't he?
Yeah,
When we bought you.
Joker
was,
Beasley
yeah.
was
Joker was there,
came down,
Shout out Joker.
yeah, like,
Facts,
you know, I started telling, you
Shout
know,
out Dirt, yeah.
went to the big dogs and invited them. I'm gonna tell y'all another crazy story that D Dirt first time supposed to be here when Scooby opened up for Ludacris.
Okay.
We invited them to one of those shows because I knew how big that would have been for you know, show that unity. Nah, we don't want to do it in a local show. Come in front of like 3,000 or 4,000 D Dirt. Joker Beasley, what's good?
Yeah.
Joker Beasley had a show with his grandma and his mama that night, and that's the only reason why he didn't come. But it was crazy, man. But he came down for the next couple ones for sure. Well, going out and just showing the whole state, like, hey, we here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was a big thing. I felt like that was the biggest thing right there for sure.
I'd say you definitely did your job, and others have helped along the way too.
Yeah.
You definitely have shined a light on Arkansas. Let's see.
It's 9 o'clock, guys.
You ready to go to sleep?
It's 9
You ready
o'clock.
to go to sleep?
I'm ready to eat steak.
This boy hungry. This boy hungry.
Yeah.
All right, well, I had a great time sitting up here talking some shit.
I did too. First show.
It was great, man.
We
I
need
appreciate
everyone to
being on
come
here.
into the camera and fucking make sure y'all do a full-on shout-out.
Oh, yeah, man. Everybody, you go first. They want your show. Let's do it.
What we doing? I'm saying,
Maybe some video drops.
y'all don't mind me.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you do it.
It's
You
your
got
boy,
camera.
Spidacrazy8. You know, 1-on-1 with A1. Rockstar Radio. Gatekeeping. Yeah, tell me that.
You already know what it is. It's A1 Shawtee, and this is the first edition of 1-on-1 with A1. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Presented, sponsored by Rockstar Radio. Y'all already know what it is.